Oh, Kermit, what are you doing here?
Oh, hey, you may be wondering why I'm in your room. Well,
Yeah, I
I
am.
have something important to talk to you about.
Oh, you do? What?
So, as you know, last season you guys had like an entire Muppet phase.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was wondering if this season for the pod, you guys could do Muppets Most Wanted, because it's like the one show last season that you guys did do.
You know, we'll think about it. We've got a busy schedule, but I think we can
Yeah,
work
yeah,
it in
yeah.
just for you, Kermit.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, because I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a huge fan of the pod.
Oh, wow. I'm a huge fan of you, Kermit.
Like the fact that the pod has managed to help the Muppets stay relevant and in today's society.
Yeah, I think the Muppets need all they can to stay relevant because Disney isn't doing their part.
Tell me about it. Yeah. Well, I'm living that life, so yeah, it really sucks. But
Yeah, feel bad for you, man.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate what you're doing.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I
keep
appreciate what you're
keep
doing
keep doing what
too.
you guys are doing. You're gonna go far with that.
All right. Thanks.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the pod. We're back.
We're back after
And we watched a hit, really good movie, The
Yeah.
Muppets 2011
It's incredibly
sequel,
underrated.
Muppets Most Wanted.
Yeah, incredibly underrated stuff. Just peak cinema that's slightly less peak than
No.
Muppets 2011.
You may
but
be
still
wondering,
pretty peak.
what's so wanted about these Muppets? Well, in this hit movie, Kermit disguises himself as Constantine and goes undercover in jail to do evil stuff.
Yeah, sounds unlike Kermit, but he does.
Am I lying? I guess you'll have to watch it to find out.
Yeah,
Kermit.
yeah. Kermit.
Speaking of Kermit, the real one came into our office this morning when I wasn't here.
Yeah,
And,
I was here though. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing, but he showed up.
You were probably doing your taxes.
I don't do my taxes.
You were doing whatever you do in your free time, I guess.
Anyways, this dude thinks I do my taxes. Sorry. Yeah, so The Muppets Most Wanted, 2014. Pretty great movie.
Pretty good stuff. Kind of weird that Jason Segel wasn't there.
Yeah, but also, yeah.
Yeah, I like that Walter actually got something to do.
Yeah.
Because they kind of forgot about him after that movie.
They really did.
Which is not good because he's a good Muppet.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's a good addition to the crew.
Yeah, even though he's the new guy.
Mm-hmm. Like, people liked Walter.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't, a situation where this wasn't a Poochie situation.
Yeah.
To reference the hit Simpsons episode, Itchy and Scratchy and Poochie show.
Yeah.
Which we all know and love, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways,
lots to talk about with this movie, isn't there? Because, we really just watched it.
the beginning was very, very, very meta.
Mm-hmm. It was. Because they were doing a sequel.
Yeah.
I don't know if you picked up on that.
And then, hear me out, they did a sequel.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty crazy. They talked about doing a sequel, and then they did a sequel.
Pretty crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, obviously, the whole Sam the Eagle and, other guys.
Jean.
Yeah.
Jean-Pierre
Their
or
whole
something
thing was
like that.
perfect.
Yeah, that was
Me and
amazing.
Ty Burrell.
Yeah.
That's all I know him as.
Yeah, Ty Burrell. He was Mr. Peabody in Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
Wow.
Which...
Surprised he wasn't Sherman.
Actually, that came out the same year, I think.
Hmm.
Wow, he was really busy.
He was making things happen.
Yeah, he was really, influencing the world of, kinda animated, but, more so children's media.
The Muppets are not children.
I put air quotes on children's because the Muppets are for all ages, not
Sherman
just
is a
children.
baby show in comparison to the Muppets.
Huh?
But Mr. Peabody and Sherman is a baby show in comparison.
It is.
The Muppet Show is full of sex, drugs, and violence.
Yeah. In fact, there's a specific Muppet show called Sex and Violence.
Exactly.
Yeah. But, they are owned by Disney.
Yeah, well.
And
Not
Disney
anymore,
can't really make... Huh?
Not anymore.
Yeah, they're owned by us now.
No, I mean, they're not... They don't do bad stuff anymore.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
They don't do edgy stuff.
Yeah. And I guess they technically couldn't for Muppets Most Wanted because they were owned by Disney when they made that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, still a good movie.
It
The Muppets
is.
2011 is still peak cinema.
The Muppets
Even though it's
2011
Disney.
is still peak cinema.
And the Muppets 1979 is still painfully mid.
Hey.
It is.
We don't take that kind of slander. That movie's great.
Not really.
Not
Not
as good as-
not in comparison to the Muppets 2011. It isn't.
Yeah, it is. It's not better, but it's still pretty great.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But it just feels like a cliche movie, and the ending is the most rushed thing I've seen in cinema history. At all,
You're the most
ever.
rushed thing I've seen in cinema history.
Well, speaking of rushed, the Russians,
Yeah.
the Muppets Most Wanted, Russians,
Yeah, like Constantine.
and
and-
Nadia,
Yeah.
and all those other prison inmates who were played by
Various
varying
actors.
celebrity guests.
Yeah. One of them's a murderer, I guess.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not in real life, but in the movie.
Is Alec Baldwin?
No, Alec Baldwin wasn't in that movie.
He was a murderer.
Yeah. There's a different real life criminal who's in that movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah. That really kind of took me out of it for a second. I was like, oh. That did not age well.
That
Yeah.
did happen.
Yeah. Oh no, the audience is probably screaming at us because I'm not saying who the actual like actor who was playing himself, but also in the movie canonically was a murderer was, because I don't remember that actor's name, but
Yeah.
guy's been in a lot of stuff apparently. He was in that one like Regal ad where they did all those like lines from popular movies that everyone hated.
Yeah.
Everyone despised that ad because it was kind of cringe. Songs are pretty good. I like the songs. Like, I remember the We're Doing a Sequel one, and don't really remember.
All the songs are pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, the soundtrack is great, but they're trying to live up to the Muppets 2011, so
Like it's
you
the
can't
songs
top
are by
that
the same
soundtrack.
people. The songs are by the same people who made the songs. in
I know,
Muppets
but they're not
2011.
in their prime anymore.
It was 3 years later. I think they were still like in their prime. I just
They-
think the movie
Their
wasn't as
prime
good.
peak that went on Muppets 2011 release date.
Yeah. Problem with Muppets Most Wanted is that it's just like way too much for a movie.
That is.
Like you just like, especially a movie that's under 2 hours. They have like 4 different
There's
stories
about
going
7
on.
plot lines happening.
It's
but-
like, yeah, it's overstuffed. But I take too many plot lines in a Muppets movie over no Muppet movie any day.
Yeah.
Disney. I'm sorry, I had something in my throat.
Walt Disney Pictures Studios Animation Studio
Yeah.
is the company that's rooting the Muppets.
Uh-huh.
They're rooting you.
I agree.
They killed Kermit.
Yeah, that wasn't us. That wasn't you. That was Disney. That was a metaphor.
My hand was Disney.
Yeah, your hand was Disney and Lego Kermit was real Kermit.
Well, not a real Kermit in real life.
Yeah.
Because he exists.
Yeah, and he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd like to meet him someday.
yeah. So, I don't know, Constantine was fun. He was a silly villain. Yeah.
That is true. He was a silly villain.
And, I don't know, the movie just made me miss when Disney was actually making
don't
Muppet
forget
movies.
about Ricky.
Oh yeah, Ricky Gervais. He was
He was
pretty
nice
good.
and British, as usual.
pretty British. He was pretty good.
Even
Not
though he's
like-
one of those people that kind of, plays the same character in every movie.
Yeah.
He did a good job playing that particular character in this
yeah.
movie.
Jason Segel also kind of plays the same character in every movie,
Well-
but like,
Vector.
Huh?
He's Vector,
Yeah.
isn't he?
yeah, maybe except for Vector, but like everything else I've seen him in, he kind of plays the same type of guy,
Yeah, that's fair.
which, not a complaint, he
Nothing
does it
wrong with
well,
that.
but yeah,
Adam Sandler does it way more.
yeah, especially in Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not really Muppet related, but maybe it should be. Honestly, maybe the next Muppet movie should be Muppets Uncut Gems.
Sounds right. If Adam Sandler was in a Muppets movie at some point in his career. If not, what's he doing?
I know, right? I mean, seriously, why? What's the point of it if you're not going to be in a Muppet movie?
Yeah.
Just, I think it would be nice if there was actually Muppet stuff,
Yeah.
more than the one random thing a year that doesn't get a lot of attention put onto it. It is just like a holiday special.
Yeah.
Star Wars gets multiple shows a year. I mean, I guess I don't want the Muppets to be like Star Wars because everyone knows how Star Wars is nowadays, but
They should
Yeah.
make the Muppets Star Wars.
they should.
By the way, what do you guys think of our shirts?
Yeah.
We got merch.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we got
Uh-huh.
questionable posters, but
Yeah.
I've literally tried to get these down and they won't come down.
Yeah. They're like super glued to the wall, but in a way that I touched the glue one time and it like burned my hand.
Yeah.
Like, if you try to take it off, it just
Yeah, I mean, the guy
basically
wasn't
fights
kidding.
back.
But we'll try to do stuff with those.
Yeah, we will, won't we?
Because we know it's for your viewing pleasure.
It is indeed
Audience.
for your pleasure, audience. Speaking of pleasure, I think it would pleasure you if we kept this at a reasonable time. So we're gonna say.
Oh, I was gonna say, speaking of pleasure, I think it would pleasure us if you liked, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell,
and
subscribe
brought back
to
the
our Patreon,
Muppets.
and bring back the Muppets. Pretty
Yeah.
please. Pretty good podcast.
Yeah, well, I feel like anytime we talk about the Muppets, we really have a lot to say.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just a lot to get out.
Hiya, boys.
Hey, how's it going?
So, how was podcasting?
It was really great. I think we got to say a lot on the Muppets, and I think we had a lot of new stuff to add. To
I
the
like the new
conversation.
environment. I'm not a huge fan of the posters.
Well,
Yeah, a lot. Too many Bill posters, I think.
Well, they're kind of mandatory, so there's nothing I really can do. It's like a George Orwell's book, 1984, so it's like that.
Fun book.
Yeah, fun book. Yeah, it's really fun. There's new, benefits coming from like people that do like podcasts because they can be part of like the official Microsoft podcast.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's like some podcasts like.
What's the difference between the one we're in now and the official Microsoft podcast?
It's because it's owned by Microsoft. They own you.
Oh, wait.
Doesn't that sound a little bit like
That
what's
sounds
already
kind of
going
familiar.
on? Yeah, sounds like something I've already been through. Yeah.
Are there any like benefits to this?
Oh, there's benefits, not like the overtime, guys. So it's like
401k?
yeah, 401k. You get work benefits. You get paid vacations. You get
Ooh.
complimentary soap dispensers.
Nice.
Yeah, you can do
Always wanted some of those.
tax write off other podcasts like that David fellow over at Warner Bros.
Ooh, nice. I've always wanted to do that.
Wait, you were getting paid?
Oh, you did. Oh, you did feel that? Oh.
Where are my checks?
Where am I?
Regardless,
So this official Microsoft podcast thing, how
Okay.
do you win it? I guess.
Be better. It's just like it's only for like one podcast, so it's like you just gotta be like better than the other podcast.
So get good.
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, at least be better than one of Kevin Smith's like 10 billion like podcasts.
Well, we might as well do this because
Right.
we're already doing a podcast for
Yeah.
Microsoft. We might as well try to be the one.
Why not?
This podcast is sponsored by Microsoft. Check out their products in the description of this video.